This story is major. We all know FaZe's contract has been officially leaked to the public, but what you didn't know will shock you. Honestly, things do not look good for FaZe Clan. Ricky Banks, owner of FaZe, is going off on Twitter, and FaZe Banks is posting every 10 minutes. It got so intense actually that Tfues' own brother got involved and got hacked on Twitter. It's an absolute fiesta on Twitter right now. This story has been a roller coaster. It's crazy how we start siding with Tfue, and then after Banks' video we side with FaZe and then Tfue, but who's right, if anyone? What I'm going to tell you in this video is that this contract goes beyond money. It goes beyond clout. And the questions that remain are, what will happen to FaZe? Will they remain an organization, or is this drama so big that they could go under forever? Let us know down below. Also, thanks to all of you who subbed recently. We're here to get you guys better at Fortnite. Use the description link down below if you want to start winning more games. Thanks for the support. Also, if you support Tfue, then leave a like on this video. He needs to know that people are supporting him in this community. To start off, let's go into the contract. This contract was leaked by Blast News. Keemstar himself also posted it. Taking a look at the details, things do look awfully one-sided. It seems FaZe actually does have the ability to come in and take a good chunk of his revenue, just like Tfue first claimed. Okay, you guys already know about this. It's pretty awful, but the worst is yet to come. Taken right from the contract, brand deals brought in by FaZe, Tfue gets 20%, FaZe gets 80%. In-game sticker and merchandise, Tfue gets 50%, FaZe gets 50%. Keep in mind, this is the support a creator code, guys. No wonder Banks had it tattooed on his legs. FaZe can literally profit 50% off of his creator code. And then brand deals brought in by Tfue, FaZe will still get 50%. Appearance fees and prize money, FaZe will still get percentages of those. But the takeaway from this contract is that it absolutely screws Tfue. But what's worse is that FaZe actually lied to the public about this contract. Even though, yeah, FaZe claims to never have acted upon it, their numbers are all off. Tfue was right all along, claiming that the 80-20 split was really oppressive. Most of the brand deals that Tfue would take will be brought to him by FaZe, and if that 80-20 split exists, he is getting screwed out of that money. His own lawyer even said that this was the worst contract he had ever seen in 30 years of his professional career. And although FaZe didn't act on taking the money, Tfue is most likely afraid that sometime in the near future they will come and claim what's theirs. I mean, I would think that too, because that's the law. But that's not all with regard to money and sponsorships. If you guys aren't aware of how the sponsorship business works, FaZe has deals with specific companies. If Tfue decides to take an offer from a different company, FaZe won't allow it. Think about how many deals he's lost out on. But then, the always opinionated Keemstar tweeted this out. Even though the horrible FaZe contract is real, FaZe claims to have offered better deals that we're ignoring. But even if FaZe gave him deals, why would he want to take those deals if he's only getting 20%? Especially if it could tarnish his brand. We don't know what these deals are. They could be something lame like a toy company that could hurt Tfue's brand and is not worth 20%, that's for sure. Banks even went on to claim that he offered Tfue $1 million a year in a new contract. Banks admitted on Twitter that the original contract wasn't the greatest, obviously, but that he created an updated, better contract since, and for some reason Tfue hasn't signed any of them. Who's right here? Banks definitely needs to show us these contracts as proof, or maybe Tfue did turn down these contracts because he simply doesn't want to be signed with FaZe at all, no matter how good the contract is. But this is all money stuff, and honestly, yeah, Turner wants money, everyone does, but this drama goes way deeper than money. The drama piled so high that Jack Tenney, better known as Juke Squad, came in defense of his brother. He said to FaZe Clan, "To act like you did nothing wrong is manipulative. You left a lot out in that video you made." So it seems that despite all the tweets, Banks did keep something in the dark. Even though FaZe hasn't taken the money, it doesn't mean that they can't. Maybe they are waiting for Tfue's contract to end before cashing out. They could totally do that. But the money isn't the worst part. What I'm about to say is probably the most screwed up, awful thing we've read in an agreement, and as an org ourselves, we read agreements all the time. I don't even know how someone could write this in, honestly. FaZe essentially says that if Tfue were fired for whatever reason, he cannot play Fortnite or any competitive game on Twitch for 6 months. How awful is that? That's Tfue's livelihood, his passion, his life. At this point, Tfue's claims to get out of this contract go way beyond money. Imagine you're the star competing in a World Cup of any sport, money aside, and at any point, your organization could just say, actually, we fire you and you can't compete anymore and you can't do that for 6 months. Everything that you've worked up to, all the energy you've put in, all the passion you've put into this, nah, you're done. To have that power over someone who loves and contributes so much to this game is just screwed up. Even if they paid him however much money he wants, just knowing that they could take it all away from him his whole career is enough for anyone to want to get out of this contract. And we support Tfues 100% because of this. What's even worse is that Banks acts like this is all his doing. His main claim is how he made Tfues. Do you guys honestly think that's a good excuse for Banks? Clearly, Juke Squad doesn't think so. His brother's response was, yeah, I helped him too, but I'll never act like he owes me anything. That's where you're dead wrong. But Banks and Juke Squad are not the only ones weighing in on this situation. Keemstar also found out that Tfues wants to create his own esports organization. A lot of people are thinking that this whole drama is because Tfues actually just wants to make his own team because he thinks he's bigger than FaZe. If that's true, that would be pretty selfish, but honestly justified if he is forced into this contract. But the drama gets even crazier. Devin Nash, as Chief Marketing Officer of Nerd Fusion, gave his thoughts on how he thinks this lawsuit would play out if it hit the courts.
It'd be crazy not to be like, okay, Tfues can do whatever he wants. But because this complaint has already been submitted to the Labor Commission, it's likely they're going to hear this case. And if that's the case, and these claims, the whole 11-year-old thing and the whole 21-year-old like drinking thing becomes substantiated, FaZe is donezo. I mean, the Labor Commission will just shut them down.
FaZe would be forced to disband. All right, so let's recap Tfues' take on all this madness.
What I really want to talk about is the main point. I never wanted to upset anybody. I never wanted to bring that stuff in. I never wanted to get anybody to get emotional because this isn't about that. This is about me and this contract. This contract that I signed when I didn't know any better. I'm an idiot. I should have never signed it in the first place. This 3-year contract.
Tfues saying here that he signed the contract back when he didn't know better. And he even says that he should have never signed it in the first place. But he's backing off on his original claims about being pressured to do stunts and underage drinking, which is good because that's a whole legal mess that it's kind of irrelevant in this case. Instead, Tfues wants to focus on the details within the contract because not only are they harmful to him, they are harmful to other young players who may feel pressured to sign similar contracts or are in one right now. This is a huge issue in esports and needs to be discussed. So many young kids are getting snatched up and locked into these crazy contracts. Luckily, there's some great orgs out there like Team Secret, who even works with one of our pro players, Mongrel, who created an amazing course on getting better. You can take a look at that in the description link below. But some orgs are just out there to lock people down.
And what I'm trying to do here is just serve justice to the esports community, the esports industry. These kids are getting ripped off. They're getting taken advantage of. These contracts are not okay, and this needs to never happen again. And there's tons of people in contracts this bad, just like me.
But Tfues stated that his main issue had nothing to do with FaZe or the organization as a whole. He actually says that the org is fine. He just didn't like the fact that FaZe could, at any point in his 3-year career, take a huge amount of sponsorship earnings and even prevent him from being able to compete. So Tfues is also claiming that he's standing up for the esports community as a whole. This does sound very heroic, and it's possibly that other people are in similar contracts which they know nothing about. Most esports pros are young, they are usually under 21 years old and still don't understand the full scope of what they are doing. And many people in contracts may not have the ability to fight back. Most esports teams are behemoths and would easily overwhelm any one person trying to get justice. On the other hand, Tfues, being one of the biggest streamers, has that ability. He is the voice for the players who cannot be heard. So what do you guys think? Is Tfues right in what he's doing, or is he just trying to get back at FaZe? Now that the contract has been leaked, there's a lot more proof supporting Tfues' side than ever before, and it's scary to think that other professional gamers and streamers might have similarly unfair contracts. This could be a watershed moment in esports history, and it seems that FaZe is in it for the worse. Not only will Tfues likely be released, but there will be a chance that FaZe will take a bigger hit. Do you guys think it's deserved? We're guessing that Tfues starts his organization and that it's a massive hit. Let us know what you guys think down below. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you're interested in getting better at Fortnite, please use the description link down below to get your own personal coach and learn some tips about building and winning in Fortnite. Thanks so much for watching. Good luck in your next few games, and we'll see you in the next video.